It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Which also means that it's that time of the year to blow all your money on things that you may or may not need. But as a gamer, of course we'll be looking at what are new stuff that 2020 has offered to us, aside from COVID-19 of course. As of recent, we haven't been talking much about laptops. So today, we're gonna introduce you two amazing laptops from Predator, the Predator Triton 500 as well as the Predator Helios 700. Now, between these two, how much money you're willing to spend and how much you want to flex depends on this overview. Now let's get right to it. Of course, we want to start with the big baby first. The Predator Helios 700 is thick, beautiful, as well as powerful. For this model, they've updated the processor to a 10th gen Intel Core i9-10980HK 8-core processor and holds up to an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 Super with 8GB dedicated GDDR6 VRAM. It also comes with 16GB of DDR4 RAM and up to two 512GB of SSD storage in RAID 0 configuration. The newer model hasn't changed much in terms of looks, as it is just a facelift version from the old one. Now, a moment for this awesome feature that only the Predator Helios 700 has. This is literally what makes the Predator Helios 700 unique to other laptops. Yeah, I know some of you people are skeptical about it or gonna call it gimmicky or whatever it is, but the Hyperdrive keyboard on the Predator Helios 700 doesn't only look cool, it's actually functional. When opened up, it reveals the fans underneath, allowing them to directly draw air from above, which increases the airflow compared to when the keyboard is docked at its original form. You can also kind of see the heat pipes through this little glass pane here, along with some of your favorite RGB lights. And since the chassis on this thing is so huge, typing on it isn't very pleasant, and your wrist just kind of hangs off the edge. But with the Hyperdrive keyboard out, it makes the typing experience so much more comfortable. This one packs a 74 Wh/hour 4-cell lithium-ion battery. Given the performance on this thing, battery life isn't something you want to bang on. It'll probably last long enough for your lunch break, and you have to pop on the giant charging brick. A treat for all gamers is that the Predator Helios 700 comes with Acer's very own MagTech switches, WASD keys that can function like an analog joystick. You know when you press like super hard on a key and hope that you'll run faster? Yeah, that's what it's for. It also comes with a 144Hz panel, which is pretty standard for gamers. Cause who still plays on 60Hz, right? But why does it still have thick bezels? Now, we move on to this little lady over here, the Predator Triton 500. Same thing here for the exterior, it's only gotten a minor facelift from the older model. This model packs a 10th gen Intel Core i7-10875H. As for the GPU, it goes up to an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 Super with Max-Q design and 8GB of dedicated GDDR6 VRAM, up to 16GB of DDR4 RAM and 512GB of SSD storage. Now this laptop is meant to be a lightweight gaming laptop. It weighs only about 2.1 kilos with a 17.9mm form factor, which is pretty compact and easy to carry around. I realized that Predator likes to highlight the WASD keys and make them stand out on their laptops. It's a nice touch since those are the keys that we spam on the most. The Predator Triton 500 comes in two models, in which you can choose between a 144Hz 3ms panel with overdrive or the 300Hz 3ms panel with G-Sync and overdrive if you want to run 300 FPS on CSGO. And yes, this one has slim bezels, nice and thin with an 81% screen-to-body ratio. It also packs an 84 Wh/hour 4-cell lithium-ion battery, which can run up to 7 hours. Now, between these two, there are similar functions, such as the Predator Sense Control Center for overclocking, fan controls, RGB lighting, as well as monitoring your usage in thermals and so on. It's a handy feature that Predator laptops have. Gaming on these laptops are pretty cool as well, because they all have Predator's very own 4th gen Aeroblade 3D technology, which reduces fan noise while increasing the airflow to keep your machines cool in the heat of a teamfight. You can access the fan settings in the Predator Sense software and tweak the fan speeds for the GPU and CPU accordingly. Generally, both these machines are powerful in their own ways. Now, it's time for the big question. Which one should I go for? Alright, let's start with pricing. The Predator Helios 700 starts at $12,999 and goes up to $17,999 at the highest spec, while the Predator Triton 500 starts at $7,999 and goes up to $8,999. Yes, it is a huge leap, but hear me out, okay? Depending on your daily activities, both of these serve different kinds of users. So let's say you're the average art student who wants something portable and strong enough to go through your degree, then the Predator Triton 500 will work best in this case. As mentioned earlier, it's lightweight, which makes it very convenient to lug around between locations and whatnot. And because of its compact design, it can fit into any setting, which makes working on the go so much easier. If you're a hardcore enthusiast and you have $17,999 to spend, get the Predator Helios 700. This is more like a workstation than a laptop, I would say. It's super bulky and weighs 4.8 kilos. It's really not something people will want to bring around often, so you would probably treat it like a desktop more than a laptop. But on the bright side, it has all the cool things that every gamer wants, such as its beastly performance, design, as well as the easy overclocking settings with just a press of a button. Speaking of buttons, it also comes with a couple extra macro buttons here that are customizable. Plus, it really does scream hardcore with the design and the fancy keycaps. Overall, it really is down to your personal preference. Personally, I would prefer the Predator Triton 500 because of the lower price point and its portability. But if I wanted to flex and go all out, I would definitely go for the Predator Helios 700. Plus the spaceship thing right here is pretty cool. So, which of these laptops suit you best? If you want to get one yourself this Christmas, head on down to the links below and swipe that card of yours away. Thank you guys for watching. This is Cheryl from SNN signing off.